Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Maria Banga here. Your motivational speaker, your inspirational author, psychotherapist, and favorite show, Minducation. Minducation is all about the mind, all about sharing tips and looking at issues and stuff and how we can take better care of our minds so that they don't get messy, so that we don't land ourselves into trouble, have mental health challenges, have a mental illness, and have nervous breakdown, emotional issues, and stuff like that. I'm a psychotherapist, and I work with people who have emotional and mental health challenges, and people who also live with a mental illness and stuff like that. So if I can help people to take better care of their minds so they don't find themselves in these messy situations, why not? And that's a passion, and I'm very happy to be able to do this once a week, hopefully every Wednesday. So my topic this afternoon is focus on what matters. Focus on what matters. People sometimes don't focus on what matters. People are on the lookout for just anything. You just want to be chasing shadows. You just want to be running after people. You just want to be seen. You just want to belong. You just want to be validated and stuff like that. And you end up not focusing on what matters because there's just so much you're doing. I want to begin, of course, by saying that focusing on what matters doesn't mean doing only one thing. There are some people like me who cannot do only one thing, who do so many things. So focusing will mean when I'm doing something, I focus on that thing, and then when I'm doing the next thing, which may not be related to that first thing, I equally give all my attention to this other thing. Because, well, it matters. So one person may have just one job which matters to them, or one thing they are doing in their life which matters to them. Another person like myself may have 15 things which matter to them, and nobody is going to say stop doing those 15 things because you're not supposed to be doing 15 things. What I'm going to say is when you're doing each of those things, focus on what you are doing. Because if it is something that matters, you don't want to do it haphazardly. You want to do it very well. Let's look at how you can focus and why. First of all, when I visited a friend in Yaounde who doesn't speak so well, she has this Liberian accent. And I was asking her, when you're talking to people, how do you get them to pay attention, to kind of follow what you're saying? How do they really listen? She told me she tells them to focus. This is how she said it to me. I tell them to focus. While she was saying that, I was also focusing on her lips. Because I used to also be somebody who doesn't hear so well. So for me, it was like, focus on people's lips. Because it matters that I am able to understand what you are saying by focusing on your lips. So I really love the way she said focus. And I keep thinking about it. I'm like, yes, this is what had once been lacking in my life. This thing that I could not focus. Focus on me, myself first. I did not know that I deserved it to focus on myself. Like it could start with me. And let me use this simple example. You are, let's say, married or in a relationship, and the two of you work out together each morning. And let's say you're the woman and he's the man. And so you think that it is your duty to kind of make sure that everything is ready for him to work out tomorrow. That may be true, but what about you? I will first of all look for my sports attire, look for my sports shoes, put them there, think about when I will sleep so I get up on time, and then look for his own and put there. I mean, seriously, if you want to even get that far, just out of harmony, right? You look for his own. If not, you would say to yourself, well, let him put out his own sports attire. That is part of the preparation. But that is just an example to show how you should first focus on yourself and then on others. Look, when you take a plane, what do they tell you? Wear your own mask first, before even your child's mask. And if you're not focused when you want to put on that mask, you're trembling. The mask may fall. You cannot be trying to put on your own mask and you're trying to put on the child's own mask. No way. So there's nothing wrong, or there's nothing absurd, or there's nothing ridiculous in what I'm saying. Focus first on yourself before on other people. The next thing I will want to talk about is focus on your needs and not your wants. The wants may be there, but don't focus on them. Why? Because wants are not imperative. Want simply means what you crave, what you want, you know. Maybe you can afford, maybe you cannot afford, but you want it. I want a car. Do I really need one? No. So I'm not focusing on that. I'm not focusing on a car. When I will get to that point where I probably have extra resources and I can offer myself a car because I want a car, then I will get the car. But for now, I don't need a car. Let me be very honest with you. I live not maybe 100 meters from this clinic where I work. I worship 10 meters from where I live. I do exercise in front of my house. The market is walking distance from where I live. There's bank, all of that. My children's schools are all walking distance. What am I doing with a car? To go to town once a week, twice a week? To go and visit my mother? To do what? No, I don't need a car. Because cars come with their own trouble. You have to fuel them, you have to service them, you have to pay tax on them, you have to, oh, no. So a car for me is a want, it's not a need, so I'm not focusing on that. The same thing with what children ask for. I ask my kids, do you need it? How badly do you need it? That is even how I sometimes focus on what I hear, you know. Is it very important? Is it needed? Or you just want it? The third thing I will talk about us focusing on is issues. You know, focus on issues which matter, issues which are important. I will use a very personal example again. You know, I have a king in my life and he calls me my queen. So I like it when he calls me in the morning, he says, good morning, my queen. So I did not hear that word queen today. Probably the network had some issues. And I wanted to raise that up, you know, and kind of hang on it and make a problem out of it. And he told me, no, he said it. And I was like, well, I cannot pick the network to this thing. And I cannot challenge him because if an adult says he said something, I should be able to trust him. And does it really matter if he forgets it once in a while? No. So drop it. And that's how I dropped it. And it has helped me a lot, frankly speaking, in my personal life, in a lot of issues, you know, whichever area it comes up. If it does not matter, I don't focus on it. I don't hang on to it. I don't want stress. I work with people who have been through a lot of stress and trauma and stuff like that. So I have to be in very good shape to be able to help these people. So I focus only on what matters. On Sunday, I was doing Bible studies with my kids at home. And I gave my son my camera to take us a picture or two so I could kind of share it on social media. After taking this picture, the fellow started to do a video, and it's just today that I watched that video, although I shared the video without watching it. I realized that he was doing kind of more of selfie kind of thing and making things like that. But I was not concentrating on him that Sunday. I was concentrating on what I was reading and what we were sharing. And for me, it was more important that day to focus on what I was sharing. So whatever he was doing with that phone was not priority for me. I could not stop reading what I was reading and sharing to tell him, oh, put that thing down. Why are you doing this? That was going to be some big distraction. So I chose to focus on what mattered for me that Sunday afternoon. And that's what I tell my clients, you know, people who are sick. I work with people who are mentally challenged, people who have a mental illness. I work with rape victims. I say, if you want to heal, you want to help yourself, you will focus on yourself. Stop focusing on the issues that led to the problems. Oh, your family did this, did that. If you keep talking about that thing, it is not going to help you heal. And what you want to do is to heal. So you have been raped already. Fine, good. It is unfortunate. It is terrible. But what do we do after we have been raped? How do we take back control of ourselves? Because when you are raped, of course, it means that you were you were subdued somehow, like this last client who was giving tablets, okay, yeah, well, do you want to go? She was like, she wants to commit suicide. She has been defied. She cannot face it again. Like, how is that going to help you? You're just giving this man an opportunity to say, bravo, I used her and elated her, and that is it. So I'm like, what can we focus on? And that was our discussion, I think, last night. Like, what are we focusing on? In the end, we agreed that we are focusing on her. We are focusing on her well-being. We are focusing eventually on the police report. But it's very important for us to focus on her first. And so that's what I tell my clients, all of them. Let's focus. And so we have something like a formulation sheet. We write down what is important, what is the issue. Okay, which one is priority? Which one is it we really need to get better? Okay, so we start working on this before we come down to this and stuff like that. The same thing in your personal life. Which issue do you want to hang on? Which issue do you need to address? Which issue can you let go of? Very important. So that's what I wanted to share with us this afternoon before I leave the clinic. I've been here since 9 a.m. and yeah, I've seen people who have issues and stuff. So I'm also looking forward to sharing this with them and how to focus on what matters. So until next Wednesday for our next edition of Minducation, I am yours, Maria Banga. I think the network wasn't so friendly. Nobody was able to join live, but I'm going to share this with us, and I'm going to hope that people share. And I always do these write-ups, which are a little bit comprehensive, because I'm like, there are some people who may want to follow me, but they don't really hear so well, so they should be able to read and understand what I was talking about. And I'm saying, if anybody needs help, I say you go to my website, www.mariabanga.com. Or you send us an email to hope@hope4abusebata.com. hope@hope4abusebata.com. The 4 is number 4, not FOR. And the website for the organization is www.hope4abusebata.com. So you can do that. Or you can come to the integration clinic. It is situated at Terminus Bonamusadi, just like 50 meters, 75 meters maximum from the road. So you don't even need to take a bike. You just stroll down the hill. You ask anybody. They're going to show you, they're going to direct you to the clinic. I work on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 5. But I can be called up. It depends on my program. I'm very flexible. I do a lot of things, no doubt. But I love really helping people to kind of regain hope, and control of their emotions and of their minds and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm a very spiritual person too. So I always tell people, focus on your spiritual life. It's very important. I mean, it is the last but not the least. It is very, very important. And spirituality is not religion. So don't bother whether I go to which church or you go to which church. It doesn't matter. What matters is the connection you have with your creator, whoever you call him. So I call mine God, and I love ending my videos with God bless you. Until next time, do take care of yourself. Focus on what matters.